Alright, in this video, this series goes from 0 to 100 really fast because right now, like in this part of the video, it's pretty chill. I'm just going through Act 3. I have, a few good romance champions, but still no 4-star romance character just yet, so it's kind of like in a dry spot, and I just cannot get lucky, right? I want that good 4-star romance champion, but I just haven't gotten it yet, right? So the 3 stars will do for now. And speaking of 3-star characters, here is another 3-star crystal, and it lands on a 3-star Scarlet Witch. Now this is perfect because for my objectives, I had to level up a 3-star Mystic character and use a Mystic rank up gem, but I didn't have a Mystic romance champion yet. However, Scarlet Witch right there is a Mystic romance character, so that was just so lucky on my part. And yeah, I got saved there big time. But I'm just gonna level her up, awaken her too, give her the max sig because she really does need it. And yeah, things are looking pretty good now because of that very lucky pool. So here is rank 2, just gonna take her up quite a bit because I think Scarlet Witch is a really good character. And she does want to be max sig, which we can do, so I see no point in like not investing into her, right? So we'll stop there for now. Here is this Proxima boss. I think this is quest number 5 or something. So yeah, not the biggest deal. And yeah, Scarlet Witch is just gonna do pretty good here because yeah, if Scarlet Witch gets like the right RNG, she's gonna do pretty great things. Like for example, power lock right there. But also, this account has very poor masteries, right? Like it has no precision, no cruelty, so Scarlet Witch can't get as many Vial of Fortune procs, so it's 50-50, but right there you can see that she still does do pretty dang good, even at just rank 2. So right there is quest number 4 actually, so I was wrong there, my apologies. But yeah, quest number 4 down, and Act 3 kind of just went by pretty fast because it's only 2 chapters. It's nothing like that's too difficult either, so yeah, it's kind of just chill. But yeah, we got some extra rewards here, not too bad at all. We need to rank up Scarlet Witch now for the objective, so I do just that. Rank 3, obviously deserves it, right? Because she is just a really strong champion. I think like even in like the end game, she's still pretty good, especially like at a rank 5 level. I've never seen an Ascended Scarlet Witch yet though, so maybe I do that on the main account. That'd be kind of fun, right? Like a rank 5 Ascended Scarlet Witch. So yeah, maybe, but I'll have to think about it. But yeah, more objectives done, more PHCs, so we're just looking pretty good here. And yeah, some other stuff there, but not too important right now. But here I unlocked Dexterity because yeah, so there is this boss, right, in this event quest, and it is a Mr. Negative, and he has Acid Wash. And I do not know who thought about like putting Acid Wash in such like a beginner level piece of content, right? That is insane because not everyone has a poison character like starting off. And without like, a poison character, this fight has a lot of health, but thankfully Gamora is, one of the best long form content champions in the game. So yeah, she just takes this really well. It's just a really long fight. But yeah, that just caught me so off guard, so I just had to show y'all this. Nothing too important, but still just was wild stuff, right? Because yeah, this Mr. Negative has pretty much 10 times the health that he should have because of Acid Wash. But look at this, we have 23 Furies, 15 Cruelties, and she is getting down the fight pretty well, right? Like that's all that matters. So like that 300 crit is actually 3,000, right? So she is doing some crazy good numbers right now. But yeah, the fight's over, and that was silly. That was just so silly because why is that there? But now we have this Bullseye, and we have Colossus here for the win. Now Colossus is honestly one of Bullseye's best counters, like not even in just this beginner level content, right? No, I think Colossus is good for him pretty much anywhere because whenever you trigger like Bullseye's bleeds with like a dex or getting a blocked hit, Colossus gets armor up, and that means he gets pretty much supercharged. So yeah, it is just a really fun fight with Colossus. And check this out, we're gonna go in, we're gonna drop the SP2, and yeah, as you can see here, it does some very good damage. So yeah, Colossus is just so good for Bullseye. Honestly, one of his best counters for sure because of that bleed immunity and the massive benefit of getting bled. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. And that is the EQ completed, so not too shabby at all. We get some good stuff here, I believe, or do we actually? We get a few PHC shards, we get some 3-star shards, nothing too crazy, but it can help me for sure, so I will take that. But we gotta keep this rolling, right? Like, once we beat Act 3, we just unlock so much stuff, so I gotta get it done pretty much ASAP. But yeah, Colossus, he's gonna go up because once I beat Act 3, I unlocked the side event that was in January, and it had a bullseye boss, so I want to just prepare for that bullseye boss. And by the way, this is like pretty long ago, I want to say, because yeah, I've been focusing on like the account on the side and like focusing on other videos on the main account, so I just didn't have time to put this together yet. But yeah, this is just kind of old footage, and if you want to spoil it, you can just look up the account like right now, and you're gonna see a crazy difference in power level. And I'm gonna show you how I got to that power level, because my goodness, this video is gonna lead to the most game-changing pool imaginable, and it's at the end, so stay tuned to see it, because yeah, it is just some crazy stuff. But first, we have to get some business done here, right? And this is the Act 3 Chapter 1 final boss. No big deal, just an Ultron. But this Ultron, by the way, is really annoying because he just stops so many abilities, and it's just really annoying to deal with. But yeah, it doesn't matter, he's down, and for that we get, I think, a 3-star crystal, so that's nothing too shabby. But I'm just like eagerly awaiting my first 4-star character that I can use, at least, because I've got like 4-star Vem the Duck and Gladiator right now, but they aren't romance, so I just cannot use them. So it's pretty annoying, but you know, that's the fun of this challenge. You just have some really good crystal pools, but then you just cannot use them, and it's like, this just stinks, right? So this crystal right here is going to land me a Sentinel. Cannot use that character, so that's unfortunate, but it's whatever. But yeah, Sentinel, whatever. Here is Scarlet Witch, going to rank 4 because I have that gem, so why not? I could just save my golden stuff, but honestly, it's whatever. I think Scarlet Witch will do some pretty good work for now, at least. But yeah, that gave me some more objective points, and we're almost done with that. So yeah, the graduation ceremony is gonna come out soon, so that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, we got some more catalysts there, nothing too shabby. But now it's time for another crystal. We have some 3-star crystals, or just one actually, so it can be really good still. I hope it is. You know, give me like a Hercules, give me a Hulkling, a Human Torch. Those are like the 3 big romance characters. Kitty Pryde as well. And we land on a 3-star version of Dr. Octopus, who is not romance at all. So yeah, he is just not a romantic guy. And you know what? That's fine, because I don't want him anyway, right? But yeah, now we have Thanos here. We're just gonna skip past the first 5 bosses and go straight to the final boss of Act 3, and hopefully something good here, right? Because Thanos, he's gonna give me some pretty good stuff once I defeat him, and who else to use but Gamora, right? Like Gamora, his daughter, it just makes so much sense. Of course, Scarlet Witch was right there too, but Gamora is like made for these type of fights because Thanos does have a pretty chunky health pool. So yeah, it's the perfect scenario for her pretty much, and she's doing pretty good so far. Thanos, of course, is still pretty straightforward, but this had me curious, like, is Maestro gonna be the new buffed Maestro? Because if that's the case, oh my goodness, that's gonna be a battle and a half, to be honest. But if it's not, then it's gonna be pretty dang simple to deal with. But yeah, like, if they buffed the Act 4 Maestro boss, honestly, just a crazy change for sure. But here I dropped the SP2, and that just does it 1000%, because Gamora is just that good. So yeah, Act 3 is done, and yeah, we get a lot of good stuff here, but the main thing, of course, is the 4-star crystal. And yeah, I just hope it's something decent here. Like, please give me my first 4-star romance character. I just need it so badly, because, you know, if I have to go into Act 4 with just 3-star characters, it's going to be such a bad time. But yeah, let's open the crystal, hope for something good. Here is the not the motion comic, but just like the regular comic for beating Act 3. There is Maestro, the new big bad buffed Maestro. Unless he's not, then it's still a pretty much joke fight. But yeah, 5 Premium Hero crystals. Give me something decent here, please. you know, there is a good chance to get a 4-star from these two, so it could be a double 4-star right here. So crystal number 1, give me any romance champion, and we get a 2-star Iron Fist. So yeah, nothing too good there. It's a new champion, but I'm not trying to collect here, I'm just trying to get some good stuff. So yeah, not fussed about that in the slightest. But crystal number 2, there's a 4-star Nexus, there's a 2-star Rocket, and we get a 2-star version of Hawkeye. So nothing too crazy just yet. But crystal number 3 here, we still have 3 more chances at a 4-star character, and crystal number 3 is a 2-star version of Iron Man. So not fussed about that at all. 2-star characters I'm just pretty much over, so yeah, I'm not fussed about that. But crystal number 4, give me something decent please, and we get a 2-star version of Ultron. Oh boy, this is just not going good at all, isn't it? We still have 1 crystal. 1 crystal can just change everything, you know. That's just how it is sometimes, right? You pull a 7-star from a Paragon in 1 crystal, not in like 10 crystals, right? But crystal number 5 is a 3-star version of Nick Fury. So it wasn't all too bad, but then again, I cannot use this champion since he's not romance. So it kind of was all bad, right? So that's fun. That's a grand time. But now we have some 3-star crystals. Please, just any romance champion at this point. I am desperate. Gamora is doing great stuff, but also she can't carry the team for like that long, right? I have to get some variety here, and Thing is not romance, I don't think. So yeah, just doesn't help me in the slightest. But come on, just give me something decent here. And yeah, 3-star number 2. Let's see what we get here. There are a few romance characters just lying around, and it is a 3-star version of Killmonger. So I know this man is not romantic in the slightest, so that is just another massive loss, but it is what it is. Now it's the ultimate crystal time, and this can give me a 4-star character too, so I do have some hope here. Just please, any 4-star romance character. It is looking very, very bad right now, but you know what? All it takes is 1 crystal, so we're going to stop it here. There is Kitty Pryde a lot, so please come back. And we get a 3-star version of Cap. We get Cap, and yeah, that's just fun, isn't it? 4-star crystal time though. My hope at this point has just disappeared, so I'm just, you know what? Whatever happens, happens, right? 1 4-star crystal, just the chance to change everything in this 1 crystal. So please let that happen, because my luck so far has been terrible. I just need something to use, right? And my first 4-star crystal is a 4-star version of Stealth Suit Spider-Man. So that is of course a great pull for like any time but now. So yeah, cannot use him at all. It sucks. Yeah, that's just the worst thing ever, right? Like pulling a very good character and just not being able to use them at all. It's just like the worst feeling ever, right? So yeah, there is my romance and its complicated champions. Nothing changed. I pulled 0 romance characters there, but we do get some keys to the city for the side quest, which I can just do right now. So that is a game changer, because now we get the option to get some more 4-star crystals from that event. We get some ascension dust too, so if I pull a good 4-star character, they will get ascended too. Things are now looking kind of up once I do this fight. And yeah, this is a 8,000 PI bullseye. Nothing easy, right? This is not an easy fight at all. So I gotta just be on my A game here, or else I have to just use some revives. But Colossus, like I said, is his best counter, so I just cannot mess this up. I take a blocked hit, a lot of blocked hits there, and yeah, so far he is doing decent, right? But with Bullseye, it can go south so fast. And guess what happens? It does go south very, very fast. So yeah, that was an okay try. Like, you know, Colossus did try his best there, but Scarlet Witch is going to do some crazy stuff in a minute here. We get Power Steel, we get some Furies, we get a massive crit, and Scarlet Witch just carried this big time. So that right there was just a really, really good attempt, and this Gamora one was the complete opposite. So yeah, that is just hilarious. And yeah, rank 1 rogue can't do anything here pretty much, so Yeah, I guess I have to use a revive. It sucks to see, but it was bound to happen. So yeah, Colossus just needs 1 heavy attack, 2 heavy attacks, and that is it. And it is now time for the crystal opening. And look at all these shards. Almost 10,000 4-star shards. That is insane, right? Just from completing this one quest. You love to see it. And it is time to just hopefully get something decent here. So I first go with the 4-star mutant and skill dual crystals because there is Archangel, there is Kitty Pryde, there is just so many good romance mutant characters and also skill characters. But here is crystal number 1, and it lands on a 4-star version of Thor Ragnarok. So you had hope, and it just gets taken away with 1 crystal. That is just the worst feeling ever, right? Thor Ragnarok, I love the character, but he is not romance, so can't use him, which stinks, right? Because I want to have some fun here, but I can't have fun if I can't pull the characters, right? But crystal number 2 is going to land on a 4-star version of Mr. Sinister. This is just sad, and of course he's not romantic. Look at him, he is evil. He is literally called Mr. Sinister, so yeah, he is not the nicest guy out there for sure. But crystal number 3 here, some basic crystals now, and we land on a 4-star version of Vision, my first ever romance 4-star character. Finally we get something good here. That took so many 4-star tries, but you know what, we finally got it, and I'm just on cloud 9 now because I have a 4-star champion to start investing into. Now is Vision Age of Ultron, or no, Vision Classic good? Maybe not, right? Maybe he's not like the best champion out there, but he does have power control, he is tech, so like for those mutant champions, he should do pretty well. So I will take it, right? Like, it's nothing to complain about because it is a romance champion, it is a champion that I can use, so I will just not complain in the slightest because yeah, I needed this. I absolutely needed this. So yeah, let's open these, hope for some tech catalyst, and what do you know, we get a tech catalyst, so that is perfect. And yeah, I am just so happy at this point because that was just so many 4-star crystals. We had like what, 5 of those, and only 1 got me a 4-star romance character, but 1 is better than none, right? Because like if I had 0 still, I would have just been done for because yeah, I need some variety in this account. Like Gamora is a great champion, but I gotta like give her some backup of sorts, right? But yeah, this Toad is just getting destroyed. We drop the SP1 for the heal block, and perfect, just perfect, right? There he drops a heavy attack, no big deal. I get stunned because Toad is Toad, so that's not fun. I drop another SP1, and yeah, it's just pretty simple stuff. Just some quick gameplay here of Vision, and he does fine, so no big deal. We got some more tier 2 class catalysts for him. Oh no, this was a tier 3 quest, so yeah, we got some tier 3 stuff for him. And yeah, now it's time for rank 3 Vision, it seems. So that'll be pretty cool. I think he does need it because of his damage output. He's not the best DPS out there because like he just has no way of increasing his damage output. And yeah, I think it's just like the right thing to do because he like I said, he really does want it. So here is rank 3 Vision. I just used the gem here. Probably shouldn't have done that because I'm gonna get more 4-star characters and they will probably be better than Vision. So yeah, maybe I messed up there, probably did, but you know what, it's whatever. I can just always get the basic catalyst and like the class catalyst pretty easily, so I'm not too fussed about it. And yeah, level 30, and he is now my profile character. Pretty cool stuff there. Is he going to be used more than Gamora? Probably not, but it's still something, right? And there we get some more crystal shards, so I'll take that as well. Takes a while to load, and does it load here? Yes, it does. Then we get some more, which is perfect, and that is all the objectives done, and that is my summoner graduation. You love to see it. It's time for another 4-star crystal though. We're gonna go skill a mutant again here. Hopefully something decent, just please any romance champion. And we're gonna put it on the spinner. We're gonna let it spin out for a bit, and we're gonna stop it in just a bit here. And the reel looks pretty good so far. There is Kitty Pryde. There is pretty much no one else. And we're gonna land on a 4-star version of Omega Red right next to 2 romance characters. That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. And Omega Red, great champion, really, really good, especially for like, you know, questing, but yeah, just isn't romance. But now we have this Domino fight, and I'm glad that I have a Vision here, because Vision is really good for Domino for the most part, and he's just gonna do, you know, enough. He's gonna do enough for this fight. It's a really boring fight, so I sped it up because, yeah, Vision, he's like good, but oh my gosh, he's so boring. It's like, okay, I know Vision does have fans, so I'm not going to say much about it, but he just isn't my cup of tea, to put it that way, to put it nicely, because yeah, he's just so boring to play. Like, if he's unduped too, it is just the worst. Like, he has nothing going on for him except for that power control. But yeah, you know what? It's better than nothing, so I can't really say much about it. He's doing this fight pretty well, so yeah, he is at least being useful, which is all that matters for this account. But so far so good here. We are taking some damage, but then again, look at the PI difference. It is pretty massive, so you got to give him some like credit to like how he's doing right now. And yeah, the matchup is almost over, but also not really, because Vision's damage output isn't all that. And oh, and by the way, this is with stun vulnerability, because yeah, that note is on this fight. So stun vulnerability is just kind of carrying Vision right now, and he's still doing this just really, really slowly. But hey, he's getting it done, like I said, and that's all that matters too. And there he does it, so that is just perfect. And you know what this was for? This was for my first ever 5-star champion. Yeah, like I said, this goes from 0 to 100 really, really fast, and it's all because of beating Act 3. And also getting 4-star Vision. So yeah, thanks Vision. I do appreciate it a ton. But yeah, crystal number 1, my first ever 5-star crystal. Just please, anything romance. Just any single champion that's romantic. But we're gonna stop it, and my first ever 5-star champion is a 5-star version of, well, Spider-Ham. And you know what, Spider-Ham, great champion, but he's just not romance. So that is just unfortunate. Colossus was right there. Colossus would have been a game changer, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. Here are some incursions fights, and for incursions, you get some pretty good stuff with like the Dust and Ironheart event. So yeah, it is some pretty nice things to like grab, especially for like a new account. And Gamora is just insane for incursions as well, because of her buffs and just all the damage that she does. So yeah, it is a really fun time with her. We drop another combo there, and that just does it. But from this, we get some nice crystals. I think we get a Lunar New Year Incursions crystal, which for this account is massive, right? Because it can give you 8,888 artifacts. And that is more than enough for a 4-star crystal. So yeah, it is insane. Like, this event for newer accounts is just so good. But yeah, we're gonna open the crystal right now. We're gonna get hopefully some incursion artifacts, and if we do, then we have some more 4-star crystals to open. So hopefully we get that, and it's on the spinner right now. There is also gold, there is ISO, which is also really good, so you just cannot lose in this crystal. It is just all good stuff guaranteed. But right there we get incursion artifacts, so it is time for another 4-star crystal, or maybe even 2. But yeah, there are some like featured 4-star crystals, but I picked this instead because I want to get like, you know, as many 4-stars as possible, rather than just like pinpointing one 4-star in a more expensive crystal. So yeah, I think this is the right call for sure, and I hope that, you know what, it's worth it, right? I hope that I can just get a romance champion out of this crystal. So let's go. Another 4-star crystal on the spinner. The reel looks pretty good so far. There is Human Torch. There is a pretty dry reel, but we're gonna land on a 4-star version of not Kindred, but Icarus, who kind of is romance, but since it's not like an actual tag, I'm not gonna include it. So yeah, that's just pretty unfortunate. I wish he was romance, right? Because I do like him a lot, but yeah, just not what I'm looking for right now, at least. But crystal number 2, please, just something decent. There's Hawkeye, and there is Mysterio. So 0 for 2 right there. Pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. And here I'm gonna go for a Mystic not a mystic, a mutant and skill dual crystal. Hopefully get Kitty Pryde, Archangel maybe, who else is romance? Colossus. There are so many good romance mutant champions, so please just give me one of them. And for skill there is, I don't even know, but I want the good mutant champions. And this crystal is going to land on a 4-star version of not Black Cat, but Mr. Sinister. Now, this is a dupe, right? And while this does hurt, this is ISO, so I'll take it, right? Because ISO is really important for these new accounts, because whenever you open a crystal, it's like pretty much guaranteed to be a new character, right? Because you don't have that many champions yet, so getting a dupe is pretty rare, but it's also very, very good for the ISO. So yeah, I'll take that, I guess. Nothing too crazy, but this crystal is going to land on a 4-star version of Captain Marvel movie, who is not romance, so another loss here. Not even ISO, which is unfortunate, but yeah, like I was saying, you want to get dupes, and you just can't get dupes that often on new accounts, but since that was a dupe, I just cannot complain about it, right? But yeah, we have some more incursions here. This is Zone 15, an Absorbing Man with Gamora, so yeah, not the best matchup for her, right? But Gamora's just going to do some really, really good things here. And yeah, here we dropped the SP3 for some reason. I don't know why I saved up for it, but it did do some pretty good damage, so I will take that for sure. And yeah, Gamora's just crushing it so far, doing just like really, really good numbers. And yeah, Absorbing Man, of course, is really annoying to deal with, and you know that now with Winter of Woes, but we still do some pretty nice damage here. But yeah, he is now in his magma form. He's now out of it. And this matchup is as good as done once we get another combo going into the SP1. And that was pretty dangerous right there, right? But that was close, but we still got it done. And there is Zone 15 done, perfect, and it's now time for some more crystals. So here is a 4-star base crystal, and I just want some romance champions, please. I still only have Vision, and that still just kind of hurts me a bit, but crystal number 1, there is Mojo, and right here is a 4-star version of Archangel. Oh my goodness, man, that is massive. That is a game changer if I've ever saw one, right? Archangel is just insane, and he is also romance, so this is just massive, 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 man. I love it so much. And yeah, the Mr. Sinister ISO made this level up really, really easy, so that was actually a really good pull in the end. So now it's time for some more of these crystals, just one of them, but still can be some incursion artifacts. And we're gonna land on, what do you know, incursion artifacts. So this account is starting to turn around a bit, I'll tell you that much. But now it's time for some more 4-star crystals. And I'm gonna go basic still, because basic is treating me really, really well right now. So yeah, I gotta stick with it. And we can do 2 more of these crystals. So 2 more crystals, that is pretty good odds for something decent, right? And here we go, the final 2 crystals of this video. Let's just hope for something good here. And we're going to go back in after this, and it's now time. So, crystal number 1. Let's just hope for something decent, right? But the reel looks beautiful right now. There is 4-star versions of Hulk, of Angela, Black Widow, and Hercules. We pulled 4-star Hercules, who is the best champion in the game, who is romance as well. And this champion, because of some recent changes, can now go into Act 6 and Act 7. That is the biggest pull that I could ever get on this account. And yeah, what happens here doesn't matter, but you know what? We get a 4-star Mojo, who is also romance. What the heck just happened here, right? Getting Hercules, Archangel, and Mojo. I just cannot believe this. I genuinely just cannot believe this happened in like what, 3 crystals? That is just unreal. And this right here is a future Ant-Man, not romance, but still a really, really good pull, right? But I just cannot believe this. I cannot believe that we got Hercules and also Archangel, and hey, Mojo is also really dang good as well. So I'm pumped. I'm so pumped about this. This account is now officially back, right? We are gonna do crazy things with these champions, and that Hercules especially it's gonna be a crazy time. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video, and yes, about it for me.